So I didn't get to see all the results for the Wyoming Valley Run 10 miler, but I do want to say congrats to Chris Wattis,
Yeah.
coach of Misericordia University, where we went to school. He did a phenomenal
Go
run.
Cougs.
Running with Maverick and Wolfman. Welcome to the podcast about running, fitness, family, fun, health, and all the adventures of life.
So many adventures. Don't forget to find us on Facebook, Instagram, X. The big one is YouTube. When you find us on YouTube, please consider subscribing. That helps us come to people like you and keep coming to people like you. Yeah. I think we skipped our names. My
Maverick here.
Wolfman here. I jumped in too fast.
Jumped in the cold water.
Speaking of cold water, it's been getting cold here in the old Bradford County in the morning, but it's supposed to warm up next week. Anyway, so Maverick, we've got a question from the people. So I'll present the question to you, and then I'll go first since I've seen the question and have some time have had some time to think about the question. So here it goes. I hope you're ready. What do you do besides run? That's the question. What do we do besides run? That's all I do.
I run a lot. No, I do a lot of pull-ups more than anything else. I'm a fan of pull-ups and a pull-up bar. Chin-ups, pull-ups, push-ups, mini squats, things of that nature. Planking, I do some planks as well. Hit the heavy bag kind of stuff. A bunch of things like that.
So let me stop you there, Captain America. I took it more as what do we do besides exercise and fitness?
Oh yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it.
Yeah,
that's life.
So I myself, I run. I'm a physical therapist by trade. I coach cross country and track, but I don't know if that counts because that still involves running. Spend time with my kids. You got 4 kids. They they're fun. They have their own hobbies and sports and things like that. So try to be a part of that. I hunt. That's probably my biggest hobby outside of running. I wouldn't say I'm a very good hunter, but I have some success. But that's pretty much what I do. The occasional video game, those kinds of things. You have to have these other things besides exercise. You got to have fun. We can't all be David Goggins. So that's how I took the question.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Basically, a lot of the same that Wolfman just said.
Episode over.
So yeah, a lot like Wolfman. So basically, I have 4 kids as well. Physical therapist as well. Very busy with a lot of different avenues. I like working out. I don't really like TV, so I'm not likely to be watching a game or a program or a movie. Occasionally I do, but I would rather, play a board game.
I do like games, board games, card games.
I'm not a video gamer. I've never been a gamer. I will tolerate it to some degree, but I will not try to seek that out.
Yeah, you never really were much of a gamer in college either. You know,
No.
some of our roommates. I liked games. I played a lot of games in college, but I mean, even I was pale in comparison to some of our friends and roommates.
Yeah, no, I was never too intrigued by the video game world. So, yeah, no, I'm not a big fan, and I would rather do something else, read a book, write a story, whatever, anything pretty much other than that.
Yeah, I do like to read. I forgot that one, but again, it's mostly running stuff, so I don't know if that counts for the people asking. I like football. Green Bay Packers. In case you didn't know, go Pack, go! They're not a sponsor. Maybe they'll sponsor us now. I don't know.
Right. Yeah,
So
no, I read about a lot of different things. I kind of will find interest in almost anything. So I could read about, weird stuff like finances, religion, philosophy. Like I dive all over the place. So like basically you hand me a book and if it looks decent, I'm interested in reading it, but I might not get to it.
right, right.
The time doesn't always allow you to get to it.
I know. I've got lots of books in my queue.
But I feel like everything happens, for a reason with that. So I don't think that you're meant to read it if you don't read it. I think that it just when you get if there's a book you're supposed to read, it will come to you and you'll find time for it. It'll work out. And if it doesn't, then you're not meant to read it. Don't worry about it.
Now, I go in spurts. Like I'll read consistently, and then I don't. So I'm always partly through a book. I very rarely finish books in any kind of timely manner.
I think like another thing that people don't always know is that as physical therapists, we have a lot of time with patient interaction face to face with people from at least in my job, like people from all over the world. So you get a lot of interesting conversations. It's almost like reading a book or listening to an audio book when you're having conversations with people. And let me just say that not everything you hear is true, though.
Yeah, right. I
It's not
myself,
always a
I get a
true
lot of
story. Sometimes there's
patients.
some fiction in these stories.
I get some fun stories. I've got many patients that have dementia and Alzheimer's, so I hear all kinds of stories.
And
And
once
yeah,
again,
you
it could be
never
a,
know quite what's true and quite
right,
what's not. It's probably a nice little mix.
autobiography mixed with some fiction, right? And you never know.
Right, right.
I think that was the plot for Men in Black. What? What did you just say happened to you?
That was
Oh,
my little
jeez.
mind eraser thing. So
Yeah, and then
yeah,
that's it. But yeah, no, but it's like I said, that's kind of how it is. I think based on your personality and who you are is kind of how you go about things. And I know, like I said, I have certain things I'm interested in, some certain things that I'm not. I was a big athlete growing up, played a lot of
yeah,
sports, 4 sports a year. Uh, I just didn't care for watching TV, games for years, probably decades. I didn't observe anything but like the
yeah,
Super Bowl or championship games. I rarely watched anything like that on TV. We had grown up watching all kinds of games. I was kind of burnt out with observation. Now with my kids being in sports, I do watch and kind of learn more about, especially the sports that I didn't do. Like now, I spend more time observing more sports on TV than I used to, and I do watch some things on YouTube to try to learn more about sports and technique and things like that. Because when we were growing up, a lot of times they said there was no technique, just kind of do your own thing, and then
yeah.
that wasn't exactly true with every sport. Like there's technique
Right,
in
right.
anything, improve on almost anything. But now it's like so much more prevalent, and you can get so much more information, which is nice.
Yeah,
So I do deep dive a little bit in that, depending on what activity or sport it is. Um, but yeah, and like I said, I'm not a big TV person. I
yeah.
don't spend a lot of
We'd
time observing
say
TV programs.
we watch a lot of movies. My wife and I like we have TV on sometimes, but neither one of us is actually watching it. It's more kind of like noise in the background while we're kind of coming down for the day.
Listen, if you've got
Yeah.
a good show that you think we should watch, let us know though. Like for sure be interested in checking it out because most of the time I
Check it
watch a
out.
show for like a season and it's really good and then it's terrible and I'm
Yeah,
like
sometimes.
I can't
Yeah,
watch it and then I spend like months looking for a new one that would actually interest me.
yeah. My wife is much better at finding shows that are interesting and watching them, but then I'm not interested in them, so I don't usually watch them with her.
Yeah, sometimes what happens with us is someone will recommend something, we'll start to
Yeah,
watch it and I'll watch it and she won't
yeah,
and then it'll come back in conversation like a year later, and I'll go, "Yeah, we watched that," and she'll be like, "We did," and I'll be like, "Yeah, well, I watched it. You were playing on their
yeah,
phone or something," and that happens too, where then we end up watching it later on. Um,
yeah.
but
Ours is kind of
like
the
I said,
opposite.
most of the time, I'm kind of just not as interested. So if there's a good show, let me know what it is. I'll check it out.
That
At
that's
least
when
the
I read.
first episode.
Hopefully, listener, we answered your question. Um,
They're like, "No, that's not what I wanted to know at all."
yeah, it's not what I wanted to know. Which, if that's the case,
Clarify.
send us an email. And if you have your own question, send us an email, and we'll answer it.
So I didn't get to see all the results for the Wyoming Valley Run 10 miler, but I do want to say congrats to Chris Wattis,
Yeah,
coach of Misericordia University, where we went to school. He did a phenomenal
go
run,
Cougs.
55 something for the 10 miler. I think he was the first for the Masters division. And also, congratulations to the Martinos coming in very close to each other. Very interesting. We'll have to have them on to talk about that.
Yeah, was it a battle you mean, or you don't know?
I don't know, but they finished like right next to each other.
Neat, cool. Yeah, I haven't looked at any of the results either. Been a busy weekend.
Yeah, so we'll come back to that. We're going to revisit that. But congrats to everyone that we know that ran it. I didn't get to look at everything yet, but nice job to those that ran it, whether we know you or not.
Well done. That's a fun one. Maybe we'll see you next year.
We'll have to see. Guys, thanks for listening. Thanks
Thanks for
for
watching.
watching, subscribing, sharing, supporting the show. Maverick and Wolfman running out.